The House of Representatives ad hoc committee probing the subsidy regime from 2017 to 2021 has urged all companies who have signed agreement with Nigeria National Petroleum Company (NNPC) on the direct sale, direct purchase of crude to submit all relevant and detailed documents to the committee. Chairman of the House ad hoc committee, Mr. Almustapha Aliyu, made the call during an investigative hearing in Abuja when oil companies were before the committee to brief it on their role in the subsidy regime. Moko Energy, represented by Manager Operations Hawa Alpha, Sahara Energy Resources, represented by Manager Business Development and Operations Stephanie Oseni, A.A. Rano, represented by Director Operations Malam Sabiyu Saidu, and the Head of Legals and Compliance of Hyde Energy Limited, Mr. Abdul Wahab Oseni, made their presentation before the committee.
So I'm speaking on behalf of MOCO only. Item 1, which is quantity of PMS supplied by your organization and its subsidiaries and or partners on month-by-month, year-by-year basis for the period under review. We have duly submitted that. A3 copies, clear submissions were made at the last hearing. Can I go on? Okay. Okay, item number 2. All contractual agreements entered to date between the NNPC/Nigerian government and award letters of the DSDP arrangement. We have availed you. We actually commenced our own contract 2017 and not 2016. Some companies started this contract before us. Our own started in 2017. We have duly registered that, and we have submitted our contract for said period. This was presented this morning. Yes, sir. Item number 3, list all the refineries/partners involved in the DSDP operations, including shipping companies. As for item 3, on the contract, we only refer to who we are partnered with. So we believe that that is already answered on the contracts provided. Item number 4, list of all the bank accounts and financial documents involved in the DSDP arrangements. As we had earlier discussed at the first hearing, it is a value for value. We do not pay any money. Everything that is lifted, all the crude that is lifted, and the product, the corresponding product provided, all the numerical value, they are all stated in sheet number 1 as we have duly provided. We do not make any direct payment because the payment for the crude oil lifted is the product that we bring in. Your Honorable. I haven't finished, sir. Sorry. I can overhear you saying trade by barter, Your Honorable. Yes, sir. That is exactly what it is. NNPC specifies on a month-by-month basis what volume we should bring and during the time we should bring, and they are very strict with that. And as MOCO, I can speak that we have never ever defaulted on any delivery. In fact, there are instances that we've been asked to pre-deliver, so we bring in product before we even lift the Nigerian crude.
We submitted the documents which detail the crude oil cargoes lifted by our company, the petroleum products delivered, the details on the pricing and delivery options, and in addition to that, it also contains the details of the company, which is in agreement with NNPC. We received a letter early this morning asking for additional documents. We did bring with us our contract with NNPC. However, it was rejected by the clerk because they require 30 copies as opposed to 1. So we will work on having that submitted later.
Please speak to the documents you submitted. Tell us about your role in the DSDP.
Okay. Sahara Energy Resources DMCC is in partnership with NNPC on the DSDP contract. It started in 2016 and is currently running. So far, the DSDP is, we call it a value for value system, whereas we lift crude oil from NNPC and we deliver the equivalent value of petroleum products. Where this is done on a month-to-month basis, and at the end of each contract cycle, we would reconcile. Pardon? At the end of each contract cycle, we would reconcile with NNPC just to see where we're standing and if there's any value remaining on either part. That's basically it. In terms of subsidy, because we are importers of petroleum products, we're not retailers. We are not involved in subsidy. The contract does not include subsidy, and we don't receive subsidy payments as part of the DSDP scheme. Thank you.
Do you have any of the signed contracts between your organization and the NNPC?
Oh, yes, I do have one here. Would you like me to give it to you, sir?
Sabiu Saidu Mahuta, Executive Director, Business Development of AA Renault Nigeria Limited. I am here on the authority of the management and board of directors of the company to make submission in relation to the request made by this honorable committee regarding the subsidy regime between 2017 to 2021. We have received the letter, perused it, and tried to respond point by point as per the request on the letter. Number one, details crude oil taken. But before then, I want to say that we participated in the DSDP program, and we have done it in partnership with our foreign partners, Trafigura, who are petroleum product traders, reputable, known in the globe, all over the globe. Well, that I don't want to say is correct, but I'm sure we'll submit a document to dispute the non-registration. We are sure they are registered. So to justify their registration, we make a submission in that regard. So we have done the DSDP program was just a partnership that we had. It was just a contract that we entered with the NNPC to take in crude, to lift crude, and also supply refined product in the equivalent value of the crude we have taken. We have started the program. We have been awarded the contract and started the program in 2017. We have made appropriate submission on all the information requested by the committee, except those information that are not relevant to the subject or to us particularly, because the program was not a cash transaction, it was just a swap, so we couldn't submit anything that is. Okay.
When you're talking about billions of taxpayers' money, you're saying just.
Okay.
To underline that.
Thank you. So we have submitted the documents, number one, in relation to the crude oil taken from NNPC and the relevant prices and values. We have submitted information in that regard. We have also submitted the details of petroleum products supplied to NNPC with relevant prices and values. We have not submitted the bank statement because there was no cash transaction, no cash payment in respect of the crude. That is why we couldn't submit the bank statement, because there was no cash payment. There was no subsidy accrual, and we could not submit information in that regard. That is item number 4. And also for item number 5, details of any outstanding or unpaid subsidy due to us is also not available. We don't have information in that regard, so I have not submitted anything. Then item number 6, any other information that we consider relevant. We have submitted some information that we feel and consider are very relevant for the exercise, for the work of this committee. Some of those items include the crude allocation letters, the contract we have entered with NNPC. We have submitted all the contract except one. For the 2021 and 2022 contract, we were awarded, but we could not submit the letter because our foreign partners, Trafigura, could not come down to sign the contract for obvious reasons. Incidentally or unfortunately, again, we have not been given any cargo for this period under review, 2021 and 2022. When we insisted on our partners to come down and sign, they were saying that it is very difficult for them to come at that time because at least there was no allocation to us. But we still insist. We entered into the contract, we were awarded, and it was aired. Everybody knows whether we were given cargo or not. We prevail on Trafigura to come and sign so that we make it as part of our submission. Except that contract, we have submitted all the contracts between 2017 and 2020 in relation to the DSDP program. We have also submitted all documents relating to product valuation and evidence of the refined product that we have brought into the country as appropriately required. Mr. Chairman, honorable members of the committee, I can say this is the summary of my submission as per the request of the honorable committee. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Received a second letter dated 21st July 2022. Thankfully, in our submission to you, we have included a number of the information that you required in your letter of 21st July 2022. The only thing that is outstanding is the DSDP contract we had with the NNPC in the period 2017 to 2019. Which would provide for you. And during your comment, Honorable Chairman, you mentioned that you wanted the company profile of our company, and we will be providing both documents to you by Friday, as agreed. In our presentation, we noted that we are submitting to the committee the following documents. First, the schedule of crude lifted and products returned between 2017 to 2019 and 2021 to 2022 under the DSDP contract. We also attached the allocation letters for the crude cargoes lifted during the period. We went ahead to add the bill of lading for the crude cargoes, which will show you the shipping companies and the time the products were brought into the country. Also, we attached the allocation letters for the petroleum products delivered on the back of the crude that was lifted. And then we also attached the DSDP reconciliation sheets from 2017 to 2019, which shows the minutes of the reconciliation between ourselves and NNPC for the products delivered. We went further to state in our letter that Hyde Energy Limited is not due any subsidy, nor was any subsidy paid to Hyde Energy in the period under review.
Is it there?
So we thank the Honorable Committee for giving us the opportunity to make this presentation. Thank you.
Let me give you a recap of the whole arrangement under the DSDP, from the submissions of others and from the various research we have done on some of the terms of the agreement. To my understanding, the agreement entails giving out the crude and taking quantum of PMS in return back to NNPC. For example, maybe the agreement encompasses any other byproduct, and so, convert it to PMS in quantum.
I said, they need to tell us, and we are not holding brief for them.
Yes.
So by the time we get such information from them, NNPC will also be presenting our own side of the story. Then we now make
what I want us to do, Honorables, what I want us to do is to rely on their agreement. The agreement that will make available to this question properly. Honorable colleagues, important stakeholders here present, I want to reiterate the commitment of this honorable committee to do our utmost best in revealing issues that disturb the generality or majority of Nigerians, particularly as it has to do with subsidy regime or subsidy issues. We are not here to blackmail Wintront or anybody. We are here to discharge our constitutional responsibility as provided by Section 88 and 89 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And all of you that were invited before this committee, entitled to come and give presentation before this committee in all honesty, and that's why you are being put on oath so that your commitment to serve your fatherland can be strengthened. So Rano made presentation before this honorable committee, and I think it's very diplomatic enough. This committee will discharge you, and we expect you to make full presentations or submission to this committee on Friday as you have so prayed. This committee has granted that you should make that submission on Friday before the close of business. And I also qualified for individual engagement because the submissions we made are being scrutinized by the committee members as well as consultants. We'll engage you more properly in due course, and letters will be extended to you, inviting you when the need arises. I also want you to note that the mandate of the committee has expanded to cover the period of 2013 to 2022, and letters will be transmitted in that respect. So hereby discharged, but not acquitted.
Chairman of the committee expressed dissatisfaction over failure of the companies to present some documents requested by the committee, noting that the letter from Corporate Affairs Commission say that some of the companies engaged by NNPC were not registered with the commission. He demanded the detailed contract agreement between NNPC and companies be provided. He further directed NNPC to provide a profile of the companies with the Corporate Affairs Commission to the ad hoc committee to ascertain their merit to handle contract deal. Reporting for Atlantic Television Network, I am Ada Ona Ifodu.